Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. My name is Don Swiker. I'm going to call the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. To my left, we have Mike Steinis. To my right, Nan Flegel. Bjorn from IT, Lisa from the auditors, Luann in the back, our executive assistant, Brittany from the press. And first up, we have visitors and citizens. Is there anybody in the gallery or online that would like to address the board this morning? Seeing none, Jaden, I hate to say this, but first on the agenda was Jack and Lene, if you don't mind.
Nope, not at all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, what fun you're having.
Yeah, it's just Yuletides everywhere.
You got your hair cut.
Yep.
How we doing?
You did too, Jack.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd say mine is
It's not as noticeable. And Lisa got.
I cut inches.
Okay,
You cut millimeters.
mental health update. How we doing this morning? We feel all right? This is solid.
So we had our final region board meeting last week, and we did have the final budget. We did come out in the positive. We are returning funds to the state for the amount of $396,344. So we, they weren't sure how many bills were going to come in, so they weren't sure what they'd be able to disperse, but they did get all of the mental health MHI bills paid. So that's a good thing, because otherwise those could have potentially come back on the county.
Yep.
So we took care of that for you.
Well, we appreciate it, because it wasn't that like they wanted you to get 1.6 million roughly, or that's a credit to everything you guys' due diligence stuff. That not only that, come out on the positive. It's just
It was a lot of hard work, a lot of hard decisions, but we were able to get things cut and turn it around.
So moving forward.
So moving forward, the region does dissolve. The 28E is officially dissolved on the 31st of this month. So the region will be disbanded. And now moving forward, we have the DAP and the ASO. The DAP, we did sign that 28E agreement with them for having someone on the advisory board. And if you guys are interested, Jack would be willing to do that for the county. So
is that an action item? That would be something we need to be brought back. So
It was not an enjoyable meeting. And Lynn came down and Becky Ackelson came from Clinton, and there was a lot of concern about the future.
well, when we had the ISAC meeting at the beginning of December, we had about 15 legislators in person and online. 12 of them were roughly in person, give or take. And it was discussed extensively. And some of our disappointments in the fact that, like with the DAP and the ASOs, it was like last month that we signed the agreements and barely heard from them when services should have started January 1st. We understand with the transition, it's very difficult. But it was brought up from several supervisors on several fronts, kind of the frustration and the disappointment that we've experienced. We talked about having to kind of supplement our own, as they tell us that we need to be more due diligent with our property taxes. We're like, due to what you guys did, we are paying out of our own pocket to maintain some form of services because of what we have or haven't got from the state. So it was brought up quite extensively. You two can add to it if you want, but their little 30-minute forum turned into what, 2.5 hours?
They were taking a lot of notes, so we had a good turnout. So it was a District 6 meeting, so it was 14 counties, but yeah.
And so far, there's been a couple of services that we've ran into that, of course, neither the DAP nor the ASO have are able to fund due to the regulations that HHS has. One of those is rent. So a lot of times when someone was going to go into a 24-hour setting, they would have funding for the services to get the staff in there to help them, but they would have to pay for their own rent. But if they're not set up with social security yet or disability, then they're unable to pay rent. So what the region used to do is we would pay rent for those 2 to 3 months to get them established and get them to where they can pay their own rent through disability or whatever. But now the DAP nor the ASO will pay that. So you've got some folks who are sitting there in limbo because they can't move into these homes for mental health treatment because there is a rent piece to them within the community. And then the other thing that we've come across already, and again, the ASO and DAP report that it's, rules from HHS, and that's folks who have insurance. We used to be able to, if they met the financial guidelines, if there were co-pays or deductibles, we would be able to pay a portion of that on a sliding scale so that they could afford treatment. We've run into where if they have insurance, the ASO and DAP will not supplement that at all. So the person would have to then pay the deductible and co-pays, and we're running into some situations where we have some folks who can't afford to pay their deductible, and we're not there to help meet that gap for them.
So is that something they intend to address, you think, or it's just kind of, they've been informed about it and they're kicking the can, or?
They've been informed about it and there's no solution at this time. I don't know
I have
that.
no idea what they're gonna do or how they're gonna do
Or
it.
do nothing?
That'd probably be the easiest.
That's probably the line they're drawing there.
And it's a shame when you look at it, because if they have insurance, the cost to the ASO or to the state is less because the insurance is picking up.
That's right.
So they're like, well, if we can't pay the whole bill, we won't pay nothing at all. Is basically what they're saying. Where it'd be a lot easier to pay 10 or 20% or whatever the copay or.
I just can't understand why the state did this and why they think it's gonna be better. Because Renee's had a couple issues that she talked to me about that, the patients might just be out in the cold.
Yeah,
Which
And-
again, I think that's all part of the state really not knowing what truly went on in the whole setup.
I don't think the state has any idea what
Right.
people like Renee have to do.
but when. Unfortunately, you get down to this end, we can have you be there and stuff, but there is a finite ability for us to, or what we can handle and what we should have to handle.
That's absolutely right.
And
Absolutely right.
we can't keep filling the unfunded mandates.
Unfunded mandates on every day, yeah.
We talked about that meeting quite extensively too, and they were like, huh, we didn't know, huh, we didn't know, huh, we didn't know. And it's like, that's what scares us. I got to talk to the Telegraph Herald yesterday, and they're like, what's the big concerns for the upcoming budget year up at the state? And I'm like, property taxes, because what they did last time hurt. And they didn't mean it, but there it is, and now they're gonna fix it, which scares me even more. And I was like, you can quote me on that, because when you got towns or counties like Jackson County, we got penalized for growing too much, and we lost 14 cents on our property tax levy, or our general fund levy. We're down to 336 instead of 350 because we grew too much. I was like, just point out where we grew.
And there's 30 counties over the 350, that's why they did it, but they penalized
Everybody,
guys that are under it.
yeah, so. Any more good news? Any good news?
I have good news.
Okay.
I want to thank you guys for keeping Lene working for Jackson County and for the people that need it. She's doing a wonderful job, absolutely wonderful. And she's not afraid to talk up at our meeting. She lets people know, and I'm just really proud of her.
Well,
I was concerned, of course, when Lynn left, I thought, oh, but she's filled her shoes beautifully.
awesome. We appreciate
We
everything
appreciate
she's
that very
done
much.
because,
And the people you help appreciate that very much. That's where it goes back to, They
Yeah,
don't do really not for us, but we appreciate that, what you're doing for people that need it.
All right, thank you.
The big thing is you're keeping them on board.
Oh, yeah.
That really helps people. that
Well,
are-
I mean, and it's a respect your neighbor thing too, so that's why we're working with Clinton County and We'll make it work.
Thank you very much for everything you guys do, because again, we're in a great unknown with hazard
Absolutely.
changes. And hopefully someday they'll quit shaking the snow globe so we can see exactly what's left over and we can pick up the pieces and go from there, so.
As I've shared with Lene, the thing that upsets me the most is with HHS. I serve on their council. They never discuss this at our meetings.
You
I
Right.
don't
Yeah,
have
it's
it.
on top of the agenda. I mean, you know,
I just.
we have a new HHS director though too. Is that correct?
Yeah, Larry Johnson's the new director. He came in long enough to introduce himself and have us go around the table, introduce ourselves, and then he left. I couldn't believe that he didn't stay to listen to the discussion and see what the concerns were with the council. But he just basically came in and introduced himself and wanted to know a little bit about each one that was serving on the council, and then he told us to have a good day. Got up and went back to his office.
Well, I'm sure he's probably got quite a few phone calls and stuff from the counties and different things that he has to answer, so.
After 3 days, I don't know if he'd have all the answers.
Well, we're confident, I guess I'm confident that you two will stay on whatever we need to know and do your best for the people that need it, so.
And know on our end, we're doing the best we can.
I know you are,
And,
and
You know how it's tied.
we're thankful for that.
you bet. Well, we appreciate everything you do. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
You
Thank you.
also.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All right. Becca Fuhop from zoning, you have the floor, man.
Morning, Beck.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have two related items for the board today. Both are extensions of existing moratoria, one for utility scale solar energy systems and one for utility scale battery energy storage. Both moratoria were originally approved earlier this year and are set to expire at the end of December. The rationale and timeline for both are the same. The county does not yet fully have adopted ordinances for these utility scale uses, and both raise significant land use, infrastructure, and safety considerations. These extensions simply maintain the status quo while the zoning commission completes comprehensive defensible regulations. The August 31st, 2027 date requested on the moratoriums gives us a manageable timeline to do this work thoroughly.
Okay, and I assume that we're gonna do these separate, correct?
Yes.
August 31st, 2027.
So I would make a motion to extend the moratorium on the utility scale battery energy storage system to August 31st of 2027.
I would second that.
You got a motion?
Which is resolution 1157 12 23 2025.
We got copies of
Yep.
that.
We do.
11:57, you said, okay.
1157.
Yep, there it is. All right, we got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve resolution 1157 12 23 2025, approving extension of a moratorium for utility scale battery storage systems through August 31st, 2027. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And then.
I would make a motion to approve resolution number 1158 12 23 2025 for utility scaled solar energy conservation system.
I would second.
We got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve resolution 1158 12 23 2025, resolution approving extension moratorium of the utility scale solar energy conversion systems through August 31st, 2027. Any other discussion?
Yes, I would like to say we're not necessarily opposed to either one of those or what may be coming forward, but if you read any type of articles on the data mining and the energy use, and it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, there are states that don't have power available for these, and it's coming, but I don't know what to do. It's scary.
Yeah, the zoning commission has done a really good job of doing some research and coming to the
Yeah,
meetings with
you know.
Good
I mean,
thought.
the whole solar thing and taking the viable agricultural land is what we're known for, and it's complex. So it's not that we're set stone head against it, we just need to try to figure it out. Or
Exactly.
Right,
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else for us?
that is it.
Merry Christmas. Have a happy holiday.
Happy New Year.
I'll be back next.
All right.
Well, hold off on the New Year, then, America.
Yep.
Jaden Shagel from County Engineer's Office. Good
Morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Appreciate your patience.
No problem. First up is a resolution to remove weight limits from 3 of our recently replaced bridges. One being, the bridge on 24th Street, just east of Macokota, the second being the bridge on 216th Avenue, just kind of south, west of Lamont, and then the last one being, a bridge that was replaced with a culvert on 287th Street over near the northwest end of the county over by, we call it the switch area. Yep. So just a resolution to remove the weight restrictions from those bridges. Now that they've been replaced, they are no longer weight restricted. One's not even a bridge anymore, so. This is.
I will make a motion to approve resolution 1156-12-23-2025. Establishing bridge weight restrictions on Jackson County bridges as listed.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve resolution 1156-12-23-2025. A resolution establishing weight bridge restrictions on Jackson County roads, removing the 3 bridges from weight restrictions and 1 actual bridge. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Next is a utility permit from Macokota Valley. It's to replace some poles, or it's a line rebuild. It's gonna involve replacing some poles and moving the power poles a little bit further away from the road, basically right to the right of way line, along 275th Street, in the Otter Creek Township, sections 9 and 10. Straightforward, so our department recommends approval.
I make that motion to approve.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the right-of-way utility permits for Macokota Valley Electric Cooperative, Otter Creek Township, sections 9 and 10 on 275th Street. This is a line rebuild. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just a quick update. Last week, we had our pre-construction meeting for the Chenoweth Bridge with Taylor Construction, and they are planning starting January 12th. So
If you could get that in the paper, we'd appreciate that.
I'll do a bill notification that we'll send to you 3 and I'll include you on
Put a
it.
flashing light around that in the paper.
Yeah, maybe
You gotta
color,
make
maybe color. And,
So our staff will have a busy winter, which is good. It's nice to do a lot of that work.
Break it up,
While
yeah.
the water level is actually really low now too, so.
Yeah.
Um,
and kind of south.
yeah. So that's good. As it relates to Moorhead, we had the non-destructive testing occur last week. And from that testing, there were 3 additional cracks that were found that need to be addressed, so. That work will occur sometime after the first of the year. I guess we knew this was a chance there'd be more fixes that were needed, but at least it's, I guess, rather minimal in the amount. So as it relates to Chenoweth, I guess there is probably going to be a period of time where Chenoweth is closed and Moorhead is closed, but hopefully we'll try to minimize that overlap as much as possible.
Along with gain comes some pain, so be patient, please be patient. We're working, doing our best to get that open anyway. Hopefully, I don't know what the future is for that bridge, but.
And so I'm gonna apply again for the annual, what's called the County Bridge Construction Fund. That's where we've got money for Chenoweth. That's where we've gotten the money for Iron Bridge. We applied last year for Moorhead, we're unsuccessful. It's gonna be our application again this year. So, hopefully, we obviously want to get awarded that money, and if we do, it's about 3. Once, say we were to get notice of an award, replacement won't happen until 3 years after that. I mean, that's what Genelworth did. By the time you get design, permitting, all that. But
So is there a chance that we could have Moorhead, is there more testing needing to done to Moorhead Bridge after those fixes are done?
no,
So can we just try to make sure it's open as before Kenilworth is closed, or at least as soon as possible?
we'll try to get it as soon as possible. So, because the fix probably won't occur till after the first year, because
Yeah.
next week or the holidays during. And then once those fixes are made, it'll have to get not non-destructive testing performed, but it'll have to get re-inspected, like where every member is inspected, the deck, all that, which is typical of all of our bridges. But that'll have to get done after that fix, and depending on how when our inspector can put it in a schedule.
I assume that these repairs are a little bit minor compared to what we did have to do, or,
Same,
I mean, same
Magnitude of scope.
procedure, is it same contractor, are we in scope that, as far as money wise?
yeah, so we have money in the budget for it. But it's the same contractor, his equipment's still out there, so everything will.
Well, we're very fortunate of that, and again, that bridge is not ideal.
No,
And it's very fortunate that we have the Wacogata River, but it's also a huge price tag.
Yeah,
and it doesn't help that these two bridges are only a mile
Close,
apart from each
yeah.
other.
Yeah. So I guess if you're gonna go around, but be patient, please. We're
Yeah.
doing the best we can.
Yeah, it just takes these river bridges. These are luckily on gravel roads where they're not as expensive as, say, like Iron Bridge, it's on a paved route, but they still take. Well, Kenilworth is over $2 million to
Mhm.
replace. We only get annually from the DOT in our bridge account like 600 and some odd $1,000. So
So it's a little bit short.
yeah.
And
We have,
lobbied for
we have
years-
other bridges that need replaced too.
I've lobbied for years at the state level to, we're very fortunate to have the limestone and the bluffs and the creeks and the streams, but man, oh man. They're not little short culvert bridges, they're long bridges.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing the best we can, but it's, this Kenilworth will get replaced at Moorhead, will hopefully get open soon.
And we're gonna apply for that rise or whatever, grant
So-
or whatever for Iron Bridge again, or?
Yep, so that just
Your
actually
county?
came about, there was discussion last week that the notice of funding opportunity is been posted from Federal Highway. There's talks with the group that we've applied, the 6 county group for the last 2 years. We've actually, funny say that, we were actually just talking about getting board support on moving forward, because, it will cost us fees again for the grant application submittal.
Right.
But to me, it's a small risk for a potential big reward. I mean, the grant part.
If you don't try, you ain't gonna get it, I know that.
Iron Bridge cost estimate, this is real rough. It's, $5.2 or $3 million to replace. Cause it's gonna involve rock blasting and drill. Cause that's a historic bridge, so we can't replace, or that bridge, the existing bridge is historic. So it's considered a section 4F resource. You have to have some form of mitigation. Well, it makes it a lot better actually for road alignment too, to mitigate by moving the new bridge upstream. But by doing that, it involves rock blasting.
Changes the road.
But it will, because as you're approaching the bridge from the Sprakeville side, which would be the east side, the road kind of makes a few S curves as you approach the bridge. By moving the bridge and realigning, you eliminate one curve completely and lessen the second one. So it does fit better, but it just comes at a cost. But you're talking about something that's gonna last ideally over 100 years, so.
That doesn't sound like something they will do in a construction year.
It would take probably more than one construction year.
You're talking about blasting and straightening
That'll
roads.
make you'll have a big runaround or a detour there.
Yes, so, that's the other benefit by moving it upstream, is you can keep the existing road and bridge open as long as possible until you basically have to tie in the new road alignment. So by moving it, you actually kind of lessen the.
Time.
impact.
You got that house right there, on the spring.
West side.
The west side, I guess you call it.
Yep, we missed that, or that's still,
Cause you'd have to go past the driveway, because it's a pretty steep driveway
Way it is.
the way it is,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah, so We're actually in the process of getting that designed, so that way, ideally, say, fingers crossed, once we apply for the raise grant again, or now they call it build, sorry, the new administration is called build. But if you award, wheels start rolling, so we don't want to be ahead of that, because it's just a big project, so there's gonna be some environmental stuff to go through and all that, but yes, so we are, if you all are in support, I was gonna give the go ahead for yes, Jackson County's consider us in, and we'll start the process, because
If you need us to approve it, there's 2 meetings.
Oh, yeah, if you did it on the,
well, they'll have an actual 28
Yeah.
agreement that's official, but for them to start having the consultant get like,
they were unofficially on board, yeah.
because I think the applications are due end of February, so it's a really fast turnaround, so.
So if you need to bring something for us to approve it to get the 28E agreement going, like I said, we got 2 meetings next week, or if you need an unofficial.
Yep, they have,
That's kind of,
they will give it to us counties in it, and I think they'll have it prior to like January 16th, so
Okay.
it'll be scheduled for a meeting, and that'll also be the case with, if you remember last year, hope not taking much time, build grant for 395th Avenue. That one is also coming due, and for both build grants, the Iron Bridge one and 395th Avenue, our projects are either the number 1 scoring one or the 2nd scoring one, so it's not, they're saying we need you, but our projects make the applications look that much better.
both projects, or does one project hurt our chances for another one, or?
No. Well, you can, so if we say, there could be a chance that you could get awarded both. There's a chance you could get awarded none, but if you were to get one, it doesn't hurt your chance of getting awarded the other one.
Okay. As long as you have a chance, that's the goal.
Oh, yes.
So, but
Any other updates?
I don't think so.
I know you talked about applying for money for, do you get anything for 395th? Have we heard anything?
So yes, I haven't got the official email or notice from the DOT, but getting back to grant stuff, if you remember last August, we submitted for TSIP grant for realigning a portion of 395th at the intersection with 308th Street. I applied for that, and on the DOT's website for TSIP, they give for fiscal year 27 the recommended approval or award amounts, and we are listed on there for recommended to get 445,000. Don't quote me on the exact price. I have to look at their website, but
So it's unofficial. I don't know if we even want to quote it or say it.
yeah, so it's on their website, and we actually had that discussion at the RPA meeting last week. So
Sounds positive.
I foresee there being an email, an official notice from the DOT in the next couple of weeks.
So that just for the intersection, and the bill grant would be for the,
Would it help, or also with that, because the TSIP money can be considered our local match for that, but
Okay.
the rest of the bill grant is to rehab 395th and also do the bridge deck. That bridge that's on there has deck problems,
Okay.
so it would include a deck overlay as well. But the bill grant would be the entire project, and the TSIP grant amount was just for realigning a portion of that road, so.
well, you shut that road down to get up north of there, that'd be a long detour up and around.
Yeah, it'd have to be asphalt, not concrete, because it's, for all purposes, it's essentially like a dead end road. So we'll have to work out the logistics of how to tie that in, and it can be done, but just have to work through the details.
It's just deciding everything that we got going and all that kind of stuff. I know this year, I know in the last year, we talked about trying to do a chunk of macadam to see how that holds up, but the way the secondary roads crews are recrowning everything, reclaiming everything, the need for that seems to be dropping. Is there any idea of a stretch going forward in the future? Or is that a back burner to see how all the roads kind of
Probably
respond?
put on the back burner. It's probably a good thing we didn't do it this year, just because it took all of our crews the whole season to do the reclaim of the miles that we got. So there really wouldn't have been time to do it, or if we would have done it, other things would have got put on the back burner. So I think until we get everything, a full cycle of reclaim done on all of our roads, maybe then we can jump back. But I mean, yeah, the roads have been, just getting the water off makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and you gotta say, man, the 2 snowfalls we had were substantial,
Mhm.
and there was surface rock showing.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any complaints.
I've heard only good comments on what the roads look like this
I
winter.
went driving on a couple of times and I was almost like, did they come through and spread rock a little bit or sprinkle it on top? I was like, it was amazing how much rock was showing through, and that's just a testament to,
You have
faith in the process, so to speak.
Yeah, because having that ground, I mean, it allows them to put the V pick down
Mhm.
and disturb enough to get some rock showing. We're trying to flat road it. It's hard to,
Well, you can't dig down in to get it. If you got your blade flat across,
yeah,
it's going right over top of it.
Yeah.
so it all coming together. I mean,
I mean,
I think the big push would be, let's get all the roads done,
Yeah.
you know?
so, I mean, the thing is, you have to be diligent about your driving when you're driving on a snowpack road that's got a little crown in it, you know, so
yeah, it's,
slow down.
Like I tell people, like, well, I got a soda, it's like, well, you ain't Bo Duke in this ain't Hazard County. It's like, you're not supposed to be doing 65 miles an hour down the gravel roads.
In the winter.
and even with, they will still require maintenance. I mean, they're not, it's like, not like they're gonna be maintenance
Yeah.
free. They're all, in the summer, they'll be washboard. I mean, they're still gravel roads, but they are improved.
Yeah, very much so. So
Agreed.
how about, your, employment search? Are we getting ready to
Yep, so let's
start the process or?
Yep, I've reached out to some applicants for scheduling interviews so far, because it's posted till the end of the calendar year.
Mhm.
And then, so I'm working on scheduling interviews right now. And obviously if people still apply,
Right.
we still schedule, but getting some of that figured out, because want to hit after the first year's kind of hit the ground running.
It sounds like it could be handy if they're gonna start doing the bridge in January and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, because not far after that, our 362nd Avenue Bridge will start sometime March timeframe, most likely. We'll have concrete overlay starting at some
Mhm.
point this summer. There's gonna be a lot of concrete poured for that. We'll still have our other bridge replacement projects. It'll be a very busy summer. So yes, try to get this position or that spot filled as soon as possible.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas,
Yep, I'll probably be back next week as well.
hopefully.
So,
Have a good day.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
yep, you as well.
All right, Lisa, you have the floor.
Morning.
Morning.
Need a motion to approve the December 16th, 2025 work proceedings and work session minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspaper.
I would make that motion.
I would second.
You got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the minutes of the December 16th, 2025 work proceeding and work session as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Need a motion to accept and place on file the Veterans Affairs Commission minutes for the October 8th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
I'd second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to accept and place on file the Veteran Affairs Commission meeting minutes for October 8th, 2025. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all that I have for the board today.
All right, everything good in your office?
It is.
All right. Well, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you guys. Pass it on. Luann, you have the floor. You feel up to it? You want to talk from there?
No, I'm good. So much better than Saturday, so I think I'll make it, so.
Morning.
Good morning. All I have for today is the calendar, and it's not gonna be packed, particularly with meetings. Tomorrow, Wednesday, December 24th, and Thursday, December 25th, the courthouse will be closed. And then it'll reopen again on Friday, December 26th. And our next regular meeting will be on Tuesday, December 30th at 9 a.m. And the next meeting after that, we're required to meet on Friday, January 2nd, because it's the first business day of the year. We can pick the time. I have tentatively set it at 9 o'clock, but if we want to move it, we can move it to a different time that day.
I'm okay with 9 o'clock.
Mhm. Just as long as it doesn't run over about an hour, so just so I know how much time to block out or whatever, because Fridays are usually a busier time for us, but
Should be a short meeting.
okay.
Should be.
I'm just hinting that we need to keep it that way.
We're
Yes.
almost done and we're under an hour, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It just, it'll be like, oh, we're gonna start budget talks and all that kind of, you know, but that is something we also need to do, especially with you on kind of short timers. A little bit, we just wanna talk about getting into January, you know, maybe after the meetings with us, you know, we're getting done 9:30, 10 o'clock. Start scheduling some of the section, you know, the departments coming in. Again, like I say, for those that need to travel, if they're not asking anything different, maybe the request is enough. They don't need to come in to say, we're not changing anything kind of thing, you know, just to more streamline the time. Thursdays work good as well, you know, especially for me, but we'll work it whatever we need to do, but if we can get those scheduled, that would help us tremendously, and then we can get our budget books and
I was working on
Yeah,
that.
and Tilly's working on the budget, so she was in here looking for him this morning, so
She doesn't know if.
your budget book is still here,
She
yeah.
doesn't know if she'd have it done before the end of the meeting today.
okay, well, I mean, we can come pick them up whenever, as soon as they're done. But I'm hoping. Any questions for Luann?
No,
And we don't have to have everything done on the second, there's some first of the year things we have to do, but then we're meeting again on the sixth.
Yep.
So,
Cool, thank you very much.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
yep, Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Where's the commissions? Waste Authority, did you guys?
Yeah,
go?
yesterday, dismantling is going on. And they're figuring on putting the, put it back together right away, so, I mean, once we get the shell up. And then we can start dropping bigger loads in that building and start using that building, work around maybe some of the other projects that are going on as far as electricity and stuff like that, so that's the plan. If we get the shell up, is,
Well, I
They're
just want,
trying. They're moving forward.
yeah, I just want to make sure we express our appreciation, to everybody working out there, the contractors and the employees out there for
they were out there yesterday.
doing what they can to
Yeah, no,
accommodate, get it open. You know, it's just appreciated, and again, everybody be patient, it's happening. Maybe not on the time frame we like, but it's happening, mostly not because of our fault, it's insurance and supply and all that stuff, so. Keep the faith, soon enough it'll be open, we'll be happy. All right, Limestone Bluffs, they're kind of a little bit slower right now, they got a few grant opportunities and things kind of getting up for next year, but everything's going pretty good, pretty active, so that's all I got.
Conservation Board, they met last week, they have from a grant, some, young lady who went around, basically drove all of the county roads, kind of assessing what's out there and different needs, and they have a pretty big program they're working on putting together. I think she thought maybe by February or so, they'd have this program of native species and things that are out there. There is also a vacancy, I believe, coming up on the Conservation Board. So if anybody out there is looking to wanting to serve on that Conservation Board, we are taking applications for that, basically.
We did have several applications from the last, but they have to reapply, correct?
You have to reply. Yes, I have one left over from the last time we did this, and we are gonna make that appointment. It's on the agenda for next week, for the 30th.
To make an appointment for something,
We have to publish it, right?
It's been published.
Yeah.
It's been published. So,
so get the word out if you're interested in the conservation board.
I went to the senior board meeting. Their numbers keep increasing, things they keep doing keeps increasing there, so it's very positive, I think. My understanding, there's like 4 different sewing groups that are kind of meeting down there, some of them are break-offs of like the main group, but they're doing different little projects. So they have different groups that are going through, they're looking at trying to get some more exercise classes in there. Trying to figure out a way to fund, maybe having somebody come in on a routine basis and do an exercise class versus just their Zoom or video of exercise classes that they're, basically kind of that they're doing, so. But they got a lot of things going on, they got a Facebook page up and going that kind of gives their weekly schedule, so. People are interested, they can get on that and look at that to see what's going on for the week. They post pictures, and I think they're kind of getting on KMAQ maybe monthly to talk about what's going on for the month, so. There's a lot of volunteers down there doing a lot of good work and moving forward.
True.
And I did ask about, like, we were kind of questioning if they're kind of giving out NEI 3A's number for different services that are needed, and they are. When they feel somebody is in need of that service, they do give out their numbers. But they're working hard down there, so.
No,
That's good.
anything else?
No.
That's it, then.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I would second.
A motion by Nan, second by Mike to adjourn. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.